Let's hear it, man.
Let's do it. All right. Do we have the ambiance ready to go? Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. This is this might be kind of long, so we'll see where we're at time-wise. This story is called "The Sliming," written by Andrew Murphy,
Wrote it up.
directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, I took some liberties with the text here. A young man in his late 20s is walking a long, empty road towards two large timber gates leading to a large facility of some kind, an outdoor facility. And then above them is a large sign with two words, kind of like playful medieval font. You can't see the first one. Second one says land. It's clear this place has not been occupied for a while, right? So the man approaches the gates. They open one by one for him without him even doing anything. It's like it's telepathy. Creak. Second one. Creak. They open one by one. And they stop about halfway. They leave about only a crack for this man's slender frame to go through. So he still can't see what's on the other side. But he looks up at that sign one more time and he goes, well, let's hope this is a land of freedom. Lord knows I could really use some right about now.
I like this guy.
Yeah, this guy
Yeah, he's got catchphrases.
says the right things.
Yeah. Takes a deep breath. He walks in and he sees total desolation. It appears to be like a megalithic remains of some kind of old amusement park that's been abandoned for years. The roller coasters are shells of what they once were. The souvenir shops and game tents are more like ramshackle huts. This place has seen better days, okay? It becomes more and more clear what that obfuscated word before land probably was. Waste, he says to himself out loud.
Oh, like from the beginning.
Wasteland. Guys, try and keep up. Continues to peruse the surroundings. Yeah, you guys, do I need to go back? Continues to peruse the surroundings.
Another one of these.
All of a sudden, he sees on the ground what appears to be, what is that? Looks like some bloody pulp of flesh of some kind. He leans down, he smells like buffalo sauce or something. He goes, oh, I don't even want to know. And then he hears in the distance the faintest of melodies. He gets closer and he realizes it's a song he once knew. It's oddly repetitive. When you wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star. Just keeps doing that over and over.
Do it one more time.
When you wish upon a star. He goes, okay, all right. Keeps going. He looks around the park. He's trying to figure out the source of this haunted hymn he's hearing. Then he looks over about 40 yards away. That's odd. A kiosk. All right? And its lights are twinkling in syncopation with the music. And unlike the rest of its surroundings, this thing seems surprisingly clean and up to date and, welcoming. It looks like it's actually open for business. He goes, that's odd. I don't remember that being there before. And then he takes a moment and goes, here I go, talking to myself already. He decides to move forward. This guy's funny, right? He's kind of a funny main character for a potential movie at some point.
No,
He's okay.
I see a few sequels here.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. So he gets towards the kiosk. It's unattended, but it's decorated like it's open to the public. And as he gets closer, the song takes a surprising detour. When you wish upon a star. Starting this Christmas, don't miss out on our magical evening fireworks display and caroling extravaganza. It's recorded announcements of some kind, right? And he's caught off guard, and then all of a sudden, from below the counter, rises a woman. In eerie, slow, robotic-like fashion, like she's just been waiting there for him to come up. She's pale, she's bone-thin. She's wearing an employee's vest, decorated in flare. She's got bloodshot eyes, just staring daggers, and she's smiling so wide it looks like it's painful, like she's possessed. Hello, nurse, the young man says to himself under his breath. She replies, if you're looking for medical assistance, we have many eager elves and fairies who would love to tend to your wounds in our supercalifragilistic enchanted room near the water park. He goes, oh, ER. Their ER is called the enchanted room. Okay, interesting. He says to himself. He goes, you work here? She goes, just got my 5-year pin this morning. Wait, sorry, I forgot to do the voice. She goes, just got my 5-year pin this morning.
Oh, I didn't recognize. That's who said
You
that.
thought it was the guy?
Yeah, I got confused.
Sorry. Just got my 5-year pin this morning. It's a magical day to be alive, wouldn't you say? And he goes, well, I don't take too well to magic, but I'll entertain the sentiment. She goes, great. Name, please? And the young man doesn't want to give a name, but he can't help himself. He feels the words just coming out of him. Like there's just hypnotic rhythm to her voice that he just feels like she's getting information out of him. He goes, Danny Guillermo Goodwin. She goes, your name's Danny Guillermo Goodwin. That sounds familiar. She reaches underneath the desk. She pulls out this old, dusty, ancient book. Been around for centuries. She drops it on the counter. As soon as she drops it, this rumble of thunder shakes the entire park. It's almost catastrophic. She's just staring at him, smiling like nothing happened, and Danny's covering his ears. He's trying to maintain footing, and then it dies down. She starts skimming the first page. She goes, yes. We've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Looks like you'll be serving as our caretaker this winter. He goes, that's correct. Fantastic. Looks like you've been granted our VIP suite. Your chambers will be right behind you. Behind me? Yes, sirree, Bob. She continues to stare at Danny. Her eyeballs are threatening to pop out of her skull at this point, you know? Her smile is so wide she starts drooling. Her body starts to quake a little bit, you know? Yeah. All right, take it easy there, Ashley. I will admit I was a little horny when I wrote this sector, but it gets real normal after this. He feels queasy all of a sudden. There's this strange, otherworldly feeling in his stomach, but he just can't stand to look at the skeletal lady anymore. He has to turn around and look what's behind him, and it's a castle. Castle with a barren path leading up to it. The clouds above it are growing darker and turbulent. And there's a vulture on top. This is about the size of Danny DeVito.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He goes, well, looks like it's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
Is that Danny Guillermo Goodwin saying that?
No, this is, well, yeah, it is. He's saying it about Danny DeVito.
Oh.
But maybe played by Danny DeVito in the movie.
It's the vulture speaking.
Anyways. He's about to walk in when all of a sudden, he's somewhere else. In an instant, he looks around. He's planted firmly in a dimly lit hotel hallway. He didn't know how he got there, but he just has this feeling he's got to find his room. He pats around his pockets in search for a room key. And he pulls it out and he reads room 667. Whew, he goes, yikes. He starts looking for the room. The carpeting on the floor has a weird pattern, arrows, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of goes, this feels like it might be some kind of allegory for like the moon landing or something. Anyways, and he keeps looking.
Feels like this, well,
Yeah.
I was just going to say it kind of sounds like an allegory for the moon landing.
Yeah, that's what I just said, Ashley. Try and
Oh.
keep up.
Sorry, I didn't hear that at all.
Are you getting lightheaded?
I think she's in the room with this guy. He starts looking, he starts reading the numbers on the doors, 663, 664. He's getting close. Then all of a sudden, from behind him, he hears a noise. Glut, glut, glut. Swings his head around, searching for the source of the noise. Nothing but empty hallways, closed doors. That's weird. He continues to walk. 665, 666. Glut, glut, glut. There it was again. It's coming from behind him. He turns around. Same old story. Finally, he picks up the pace. He gets to his room, 667. He sighs and reaches for his key. From behind him again. Glut, glut, glut. Gorsh! He looks towards the end of the hall to a set of double doors. They swing open and reveal a sharp-dressed man with a mustache sitting at the foot of a bed. His eyes are closed. He's looking upwards in ecstasy. And then Danny realizes this guy's not alone. Before him, kneeled on the floor, this disgusting abomination. Half man, half ravenous dog. Hat, blood-stained overalls. His eyes were red, his mouth was open wide, just drooling out this green slime. If it wasn't Goofy himself, but a stranger, more demonic version. And he's just absolutely going to town on Walt Disney's cock, dude, just sucking him off.
It's like a Banksy
Like, he's
cartoon.
really taking an L for the team, you know what I mean? He's going full Nancy Reagan on that Lady Bird Johnson.
Is this Danny DeVito?
No. This is. I'm just like, well, he's saying this to himself. Danny's looking at this. He goes, "What the fucking shit?" He covers his mouth in horror. He didn't realize he said it out loud. And all of a sudden, Walt and Goofy look towards him. They halt their sexual liaison. Right? Danny starts fumbling for his hotel keys, looking for it. He can't find it in time. He looks up, and all of a sudden, he sees the ravenous Goofy demon charging at him. He goes, "Ah!" And he wakes up. He jolts up. He scans the surroundings. The Goofy's gone. Walt Disney's gone. He's in a more modern, dark hotel room. In his bed, he's covered in sweat and ejaculate.
Covered in what?
Sweat and ejaculate. It becomes clear he's awaking from a horrific sex dream. There's a woman beside him. She jostles around underneath the sheets. She wakes up, starts rubbing his back to comfort him. "You okay?" Yeah, I think I just had the strangest dream." He goes, "We're going to Disneyland tomorrow, silly. The place where all your dreams will come true." This is the last thing Danny needs to hear. He just closes his eyes and screams louder than he's ever screamed. That same queasy feeling comes to his stomach. And then darkness. Cut to credits. Directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, man.
Written and also co-directed by Andrew Murphy.
I could tell.
This new
I could
Stanley
tell you
Kubrick has
co-directed.
it.
Yeah.